Now then, my friends, I'm back in Blackpool once more, and yes, we've got Stephen from A Walk on the Wild Side once more. Now, he's probably a little bit reluctant about this one because it's the same day as the last one that we filmed. There is a few hours in between though, Stephen. There's a few hours in between.
But at least the sun's come out for us.
It has. The sun's breaking through the clouds now. It's going to be a beautiful day. And what do you want on a beautiful day?
Fish and chips.
Of course. You're at the seaside, you need fish and chips. And you'd say probably Blackpool has some of the best fish and chips in the world. After Yorkshire, that is, of course. Now, I did fish and chips here the other week. A couple of places that I've done. I did Yorkshire Fisheries and I also did Tower Fisheries. Now, Tower Fisheries, for me, holds a lot of... I just love it because it was cheap, it was tasty, it was filling, and the couple that owned it was fantastic, and it was a small family business. Yorkshire Fisheries as well, it's got the name Yorkshire, and that also was a small family business. Today though, everyone keeps telling me, they went, you got the they all say it, I think you'll find you got the wrong fish and chip shop there, Lee, because the best one is, and then they all have their own opinion. However, there is a few, well, more than a few, I'd probably say about, well, let's say more than a handful of people have said to me that you need to be trying Lily's. Now, you've heard of Lily's.
I've heard of Lily's, yeah. I've never actually been in Lily's. It's not too far away from the £1 Burger Man. It's in that part of town. I think it's on Foxhall Road, as far as I know.
Okay.
Lily's, yeah.
Maybe we could go and say hi to Chris on the way.
What? There you go.
See, good to go and say hi to the £1 Burger Man. However, today we're going to go to Lily's. We're going to mark it out of 10. Are you hungry?
That breakfast I had this morning hasn't quite gone down yet, but hopefully by the time we get there, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you've done the videos now. You know it takes a while for me to walk there. Anyway, we're going to mark it out of 10. We're going to go to the fish and chip shop, and it's good. I've heard good things, and I've actually seen a couple of reviews on it, and it does look excellent. And if it's as good as the breakfast that we had this morning, then it's going to be excellent, because that breakfast was
very good.
Now, before we go any further, if you like Blackpool and you are not subscribed to this guy, why? Because this is Mr. Blackpool. He is the vlogger for Blackpool. There is nobody better. This guy is the best Blackpool vlogger, are you ready? In the world. So head over and subscribe to this guy. His link is in the description down below and also at the end. And by the way, I know it's a long intro this, I've just done a video with you on your channel and I've learned so much. It was brilliant. I've had probably one of the best times I've had in Blackpool in ages because I've learned so much. It was fantastic. And if you're new to the channel, this channel, and you're not subscribed, why? Anyway, so subscribe, the subscribe button, do all that other stuff, you know, click the bell and all that thingy. Now, without further ado, my friends, can you go? Let's go. Let's go. Now then, hang on, because I've got a little bit of information for you here. Don't worry, you're not going to have to get down this low. It's fine. I'm going to pick you guys up because these circles here, there's a little bit of a story about them. So I'm going to let Stephen tell you. Here we go. Oh. Right, so there's 3 of them. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so there are actually 3 circles here on this part of the promenade, opposite the pleasure beach. I actually learned about this from another YouTuber called Adventure Me. And he did a video about this, and this was supposed to be the foundations for a super roller coaster that came across from the pleasure beach over the road to this part of the promenade, and it would go straight up in the air. I think it was a dreamchild of Jeffrey Thompson, I think, and it never came to fruition. So that's what all these circles are for here. If you've ever been down this part of the promenade and you've wondered what these circles are, that's what it was all about.
I reckon we need to start up a petition to get it going.
Yeah.
We could name it after you. It could, in fact, the ride, do it. Comment in the comment section below. Tweet this video. We should get them to make this ride and call it maybe a walk on the wild side. How about that? So, a little bit more info for you. See, it's not just fish and chips, this, you know.
Oh, no.
This thing apparently used to move around, but it's concreted now, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's like a bench here, like a half circle bench, and it also has like a very fancy fin on it. And the idea is with these on the New South Promenade, just down from the sandcastle, is that they've got a few of these along this part of the promenade, and they were supposed to swivel and keep the wind behind you so that the wind wasn't blowing into you while you sit on the bench there. But I think there was a bit of a safety aspect to them where I think the council must have thought, hang on a minute, these things are going to be blowing around, people are going to get thrown off. So they ended up locking these things so they don't blow around now. So there you go.
That's a shame. They've concreted them in. After a few pints, you could have been spinning around. Anyway, come on, onward. See, that's what you do. That's how it looks. Well, I don't know whether it looks cool or not, but there we go. Anyway, but more information for you. I'll hand you over to Stephen. What's all this about?
Well, we're now next to the sandcastle, folks, and we're on a bit of a promenade, part of the promenade here that has got some new paving down here. And this is actually where the Blackpool High Tide organ used to stand. It was designed by artists Liam Curtin and John Gooding. And it stood here for around about 10 years or so. And it used to play music as the tide came in. It used to play a really haunting sound. And unfortunately, it wasn't maintained very well. It rusted away. It started to play the wrong type of music. And they eventually had to knock it down, I'm afraid. It's really, really sad.
What was it playing? Sam Smith? Controversial. Onwards. Right, so along here then, all these holes, this is where the pipes used to be that went
Yeah,
and
on
played
this part of the sea wall is where they had a series of pipes that went down the sea wall on this sort of hexagon structure here. And when the tide comes in, it would drive the air into the pipes underneath and drive them into the organ and play that tune. Amazing.
There you go. I'll name that tune in one. Who remembers that? What was his name? He used to present that. Jimmy Tarbuck. That's it. Anyway, this isn't getting us fish and chips, is it? Although
No.
it's working up an appetite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now then, quick question for you. Quick fire question. Mushy peas or curry sauce?
Oh, for me, it's got to be mushy peas.
There we go. Or both. Come on. One more question. One more. It's all questions, isn't it? It's all questions. Now then, you can answer this, by the way, in the comment section down below. Cod or haddock?
I don't, I'm not fussed either way. I'll have both. I mean, I used to just get haddock and chips, but to be quite honest, I don't think I can tell the difference between the two.
Do you know what?
I don't think.
I think haddock's probably a little bit more meaty sometimes. However, there is a lot of people. Now, this is controversial because a lot of people say, haddock because cod's the bottom feeder. However, there are other people that say, yeah, well, so is haddock. And if you look it up, and I looked it up, haddock is also a bottom feeder. So it says on Google anyway. But, I may be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before. However, like my dad used to say, and you can use this one, and you guys will know it already, I've only ever been wrong once, and that's when I thought I was wrong, but I wasn't. And on that bombshell, come on. Now, you've got to love a sugared donut.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you've got to love a sugared donut. I used to come to the seaside with my mum and dad. He'd have a sugared donut. I had some in Skegness. Have you ever been to Skegness?
You know what? I have not been to Skegness, but I'd love to go to Skegness. I really need to get over there.
You've never been to Skegness?
No.
You've never lived. Anyway, these donuts, 5 for £4.50. However, we can tell that there is inflation going on here because look at this. Rather than have the sign redone, we'll just stick another price over the top. What do you reckon they were before?
I don't know, £5 for £3 maybe.
I reckon it's gone up I reckon it's gone up probably. What do you reckon? Well, in fact, I tell you what, pop it in the comment section down below. I'm dying to just take that sign off, but that would be illegal, so I'm not going to do that. However, tell us in the comment section down below. Now then, we're actually walking a bit off the beaten track now. Some would say it's a walk on the wild side. We're going to be safe here, or we're all right? Safe area.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I've walked down here quite a few times. We're heading towards Lytham Road, which it used to be really, really busy back in the olden days, but these days it's just come a little bit run down. A little bit sad, really, but we'll take a look along there, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look. Excellent. I bet there's some good pubs down here as well.
Yeah.
Some proper boozers.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Not the sort I would want to go in.
Hey, I've been in worse in Mansfield. Come on, onwards. There we go, CCTV recording. Is that actually still open, or is it?
Robert Burns Hotel, it says on the side there. Yeah,
It looks like
empty though, yeah.
Looks empty, but we've got the new Discovery Hotel if you want to stop in here, look.
There's one here that's boarded up. There's quite a few hotels around here and things that are boarded up, quite a few properties.
Loving the net curtains. Mum used to have something like that. We've got the cafe.
It's quite fallen on hard times, this area. You used to have a lot of markets as well around this area now, but the markets are you only tend to see them every so often, so the markets tend to have disappeared as well.
Hey, we can't be that bad. That's sold, look.
There you go.
I tell you what though, I reckon that's a doer-upper. That one over there, look, just look at that, it's a doer-upper. Are we done roaming yet? Because I'm getting a bit hungry now, I'm getting a bit peckish.
I'm getting a little bit hungry, yeah.
Are we done roaming?
Yeah, I hope so.
I ain't got far to come anyway, because that's where I'm stopping tonight. I booked in for 3 nights at the Dun Roaming Hotel, and it cost me all in with breakfast, £4.52. Can't beat that, can you? There we go. Anyway, come on, onwards. I tell you what I like, I love, you know when all this, they put new signage up and they've taken it off, and you see the old signage, from being a graphic artist myself and a graphic designer and working in print, and you look at all the old signage behind, and it reminds me of the signage from, do you remember Open All Hours, and you got Granville and stuff, and it's that kind of signage, and that is when design, it was brilliant. I love it all. Just have a look. Right, I'm getting a bit peckish. Come on. Right, tell us a bit more about this building then.
Okay, so we're now outside the old lifeboat house here on Lytham Road. This building here, it used to be, it was an arcade, and then I think they turned it into like a sensory room for children. And I think at the moment it's being made up into a studio for Blackpool Television. So they're doing it all up, and it's going to be a TV studio for Blackpool Television, yeah.
Excellent. Do you know what? I reckon you should feature on Blackpool TV.
Well,
so if you're watching, get him on. Look at this. This is the old tram base then, is it?
Yeah, this is actually Tram Town, and this is where all the trams used to go until they made the new ones. You know, the Flexity trams that they have now, the fancy new ones, which go to a new depot at Squiersgate. But all the heritage trams, you know, the balloon trams, the illuminations trams, all the lit up trams, they all come down here and into this depot here, Tram Town. And it's a really, really great place. You can visit it, and it's a fantastic place to visit, to see all the old trams.
Is this where I keep going on about it, I've got an obsession with it. Is this where the tram is, or was, or used to go to, the one that, Rita! What was it? What's his name again? I can't remember his name.
Alan Bradley.
Alan Bradley, that's it.
Come back, you stupid bitch!
The Alan Bradley tram is actually in the depot here right now, and it's going to be refurbished to the same condition that it was in when it knocked over Alan Bradley on Coronation Street way back then. Millions of people watching it, the tram is in there waiting to be refurbished.
Oh, do you know what? I'd love to see that tram. Maybe one day I'll get to see the tram. I love it. I love all the nostalgia. I love it. Blackpool's. I tell you what, though, I've got to say, I have to say the amount of information that I've actually learned while I've been here. I've spent the whole day with Stephen, and I've got to say, we've had a bit of a laugh as well and walking past cameras and stuff a million times to get to fish and chips. So we'll get there in the end if you've watched it. If you've fast forwarded this, by the way, you won't be watching this bit. However, if you have, whoever has fast forwarded, what for? You don't want to just watch the fish and chips, you want to see all this information. So make sure you go over and subscribe to this guy's channel, because if you love Blackpool, this guy's got some amazing content on his channel to do with Blackpool, and I will put it on the end and in the description down below and above, etc. Everywhere. Walk on the Wild Side. Shall we go and get some fish and chips?
Yes.
Excellent, come on. Rita!
It's okay, it's alright, Rita. It's over.
Seen it! So the purple one there, it was green and cream in the day that you said,
Yeah.
but that is the actual tram that knocked Alan
That's
Bradley
it,
over.
That is the one. That's the famous tram. Yeah.
Fantastic, I love it. It's brilliant. I remember watching it with my mum. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. I love those days. Nostalgia. Come on. So do her upper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely do her upper, I
A little
think.
bit of
These
there's a bit of TLC, a little bit of TLC.
Liquor paint,
Yeah.
some new net curtains, and maybe a few, well, windows are all right. In fact, the windows, I'd say is it eclectic? Eclectic? Is that the word?
Yeah. They're very kind of rustic, aren't they? I
Retro.
would say.
Retro.
Yeah, retro. Yeah.
Retro. Yeah, I like it. It's got something about it. Anyway, fish and chips. Right, we've eventually made it. We made it in the end.
Eventually,
We eventually made it.
Yeah.
Lily's traditional fish and chips. Supposedly some of the best fish and chips.
Yeah, I have heard quite a bit about this place, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like.
It's got to say, in the world. In the world. Can you do that?
In the world.
Hey, he's got it good, hasn't he? Let's get in there. I'm peckish. Come on. Right, my friends, so we have had 2 cod and chips, mushy peas, curry sauce, got a Diet Pepsi and a tin of Tango. And here's a copy of the receipt. That came to £22.35. Stephen started his already because I said, get on with it, otherwise by the time I finish the B-roll, it'll be cold. However, they're piping hot, got a lemon on there as well. So before we go any further, take a closer look, my friends. Right, my friends, loads of salt on there like my mum used to do. She used to stick loads of salt on, my mum did, you know. In fact, when she used to go to McDonald's, she'd get them little packets of salt and she'd put them in her handbag. There we go, thank you very much.
I actually heard somebody I know that I did a video. So he used to put his vinegar on first before the salt. Because he said when you put the vinegar on after, you wash all the salt off. Is that true? What do you think?
Well, do you know what? I always used to put the salt on first because it's salt and vinegar. But then because somebody told me different, then the salt sticks to the vinegar, I did it the other way around. But then somebody else has told me different, so everybody has their own way. I guess there's no right or wrong, to be fair. The only thing that's wrong for me is that, really. I'm not sure what that is, but there we go, I'll put that on there. So it's a little bit of garnish, I would say. So looks great, first impressions. Chips look great. Fish, batter's nice and crispy. Nice bit of fish there. Just look at that. Piping hot to say that I've been doing all the B-roll. Going to go in first. I've got music playing, so I'm not going to do a lot of talking on this one. Easy. You hear what they said there? I said I'm not going to do a lot of talking on that. And somebody said, I heard you, said, good. Right, well, we're going to go in for the peas first, never the curry sauce first. Hey. Hey.
I do like those.
I do like it.
Oh god, cracking those days.
Them peas are spot on. I'm going to have another. Actually, they're very good. Beautiful. Now we'll go in for a little bit of the fish there, which is cod. Now I was always brought up on cod, being in Mansfield. Is there any? There's no skin on that, is there? No skin on it? Don't think there is. Is there any skin on that? Don't think so. There's a little bit of skin. There we go. Mmm. Wow. Oh. That's tasty, that fish, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That is a tasty fish. Right. Going for a chip. Nice fluffy inner chip there, look at that. There we go. I'm going to dip it in the curry sauce here. There we go. Oh yeah, that curry sauce is good. Excellent. Got the lemon there. Now apparently, have you used your lemon?
A little bit, yeah.
What you have to do, you have to cut the batter and squeeze the lemon down the middle into the fish so it doesn't make the batter soggy. Stick your fork in there like that and it stops the lemon squirting in your eye. You just pop a little bit like that. And that's the magic to it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to come back to you because otherwise it'll get cold and then we'll mark it out of 10. Don't forget, you guys are going to mark it out of 10 as well. I've got to say, so far, very tasty, very nice. And the peas for me are excellent. Really like these peas. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Very good. I'm impressed. Right, well, I'll tell you what, rather than film every angle of this, what we'll do is, we'll meet you guys outside, get your scores at the ready, and so far, so good, I've got to say. Peas, excellent, curry sauce, a little bit of a kick to it. Fish, nice and meaty, and the chips are excellent, so we'll see you guys outside in a minute. Oh, hey, that was a good pint, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, cheapest in the
Cheapest
UK,
in the
yeah.
UK, the Hardwick, right there. There you go. 180, all in. Right, let's get down to business, my friends. Okay, so fish and chips. I'm going to give this. Is this your car? Sorry. There we go. A pound. Right, so we'll carry on. I'm going to go with, I'm going to say the chips were nice. Not a lot of chips. Okay. The fish was beautiful. Batter was, yeah, good batter. Slightly crispy there. Peas were lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed the peas.
The peas were really, the mushy peas were particularly nice. They were much better than the mushy peas that we had at the Barnacle in Llandudno, if anyone saw that video, when Chris had cold mushy peas, so that was pretty bad. That, yeah.
Cold mushy peas, I'm not sure about that, blimey. It's a good job we weren't in that car and I've been running after the camera. I'm going to say, thoroughly enjoyed it. Love the fact that you can get the cheapest pint in the UK there as well, by the way. I'm going to go with a, because price wise, £22.35. I mean, if you compare it to, say, the Tower Fisher is, it's not leagues ahead of the Tower Fisher is, but it's nice. And the Tower Fisher is what, £5 for fish chips and peas, isn't it? I'm going to go with a, you know, you haven't told me yours, he hasn't told me his score, so don't tell me his score. I'm going to go with an 8.
Yeah. Ah, right. Well, I was thinking around about an 8.5.
Good
yeah,
score.
I was thinking 8.5. I think, like I said, the peas were particularly nice. The chips were okay. I did leave a few chips that were a little bit on the hard side. I thought the fish was really nice as well. I quite liked the batter, and it was very nicely presented as well. I did have a wobbly plate though. That was really weird.
You did
My
have a
plate
wobbly
wobbled
plate,
on
yeah.
me. It wobbled. I've never had a wobbly plate before, but yeah, that's what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
There you go. And on that bombshell, because we're going to go back in the Hardwick now for another couple of cheapest pints in the UK, I'm going to say, make sure you subscribe to this guy here. I have had a fantastic day. I've spent the whole day with him and I've learnt so much about Blackpool and I've really had a good time. I woke up this morning and I thought, I'm not sure how, I felt a bit, you know, you have a day where you think, I'm not sure where this is going to go. I don't feel a bit offish today. And you turned it around like that for me. It was brilliant. I loved it. So make sure you head over and subscribe to this guy. Show him some love. He's got a great channel. Link down below, link at the end. And also, if you're not subscribed to me, why not? There you go. Subscribe to both channels. All the details are in the description down below. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So thanks for watching. And the cheapest pint in the UK. Bye-bye.